Today we will discuss on Adhyasa. It's in verse number 19. 19. Ya prite svindriye swatma. Ya prite svindriye swatma. Vyapari va vivekinam. Vyapari va vivekinam. Drishyate bhreshu dhavatsu. Drishyate bhreshu dhavatsu. Dhavan nivayatha shashi. Dhavan nivayatha shashi. Together. Ya priteshvindriyeshvatma. Vyapari va vivekinam. Drishyate bhreshu dhavatsu. Dhavan nivayatha shashi. Vyapriteshu indriyeshu atma vyapari iva avivekinam. Clear? You have to break it. Vyapriteshu indriyeshu atma vyapari iva avivekinam drishyate abhreshu dhavatsu. Dhavan iva yatha shashi. So vyapriteshu, while functioning. Here vyaprita meaning not all pervading. Here vyapriteshu means while functioning. Who functions? Indriyeshu, the sense organs. Atma, the self. Vyapari, active. Vyapari, matlab or meaning businessman also in Sanskrit. And many more things, but here Vyapari word has been used to indicate activeness. Iva, like avivekinam, for non-discriminating person, जिनका विवेक नहीं है, who doesn't have vivek or discriminating faculty. So he is a non-discriminating person, aviveki. Drishyate appears, abhreshu. Abhra means cloud. Dhavatsu, that are moving. Dhavan iva. Iva is the key word over here, as though. Here Iva means as though. In previous line, Iva was like. Here Iva means as though. Dhavan Iva, as though running. Yatha, just as. Shashi, the moon. So the moon appears to be running when the clouds move in the sky. Everyone has that experience. In the clear sky, some clouds are there like cotton balls. With the force of air, when the clouds move in front of the full moon, it appears as though the moon is moving. Likewise, to the non-discriminating person, for aviveki, the Atma appears to be active when it is observed through the functions of the sense organs. When sense organs do something else, the non-discriminating person thinks that as if the Atma is acting. So, please write down the prose order. Yatha abhreshu dhavatsu satsu. Yatha, in bracket you please write satsu. Yatha abhreshu dhavatsu satsu shashi dhavaniva drishyate. Yatha abhreshu dhavatsu shashi dhavaniva drishyate tatha indriyeshu vyapriteshu, in bracket satsu, atma vyapari iva avivekinam drishyate. Clear? Once more. Yatha abhreshu dhavatsu shashi dhavan iva drishyate tatha indriyeshu vyapriteshu atma vyapari iva avivekinam drishyate. Clear? So, we will do some intellectual thinking, something new manner we will do. Just a moment. Yes. So today we will discuss about adhyasa. This is the sloka of adhyasa. In the sloka it is not mentioned. When we will start analyzing the sloka, we will find what is the impact, why Acharya has used this sloka. So in Brahma Sutra also, the same concept will come. Adhyas means adhi upasarga yoge as dhatu. Adhyas means there appears something in the locus which has no connection with the locus. Means projection, projection of a thing which there is not. Like projection of a snake on a rope. Snake is not at all there, but we project, our mind project the snake on rope. There is no connection between rope and snake. But they come together and rope appears as snake. That illusion, that illusory vision, that illusory projection is called superimposition, where I forget to recognize the existence, that from which the existence of superimposed thing has come. When I forget that discrimination, this is called adhyasa. What we do, we take it for granted that there is snake, and we start functioning. We go to bring the light, or we are afraid, we go to bring the stick to kill the snake, or we do so many things. Why? Because we took it for granted that there is a snake and that is a real snake. So, whenever we never question, Advaita Vedanta says if you are in that adhyasa, millions of lives will go, you will be at same place. As if two drunk person wanted to migrate from India to Sri Lanka, because from Rameshwaram it is only 12 kilometers. When the sea was calm at night, they were fully drunk. They thought if we drink, then we will get the extra strength, extra power. And they started rowing, and full of sweating. In the morning, their intoxication, addiction, all the other things went off, and they started rejoicing. Yes, we have reached, because they are seeing the land. One person was knowledgeable. He told, hey, we are still in India. How is it possible? Whole night we rode. Yes, we did. But we forgot to take out the anchor. So anchor was there, and whole night they rode. So not a single bit they moved. Likewise, if we are in superimposition, if we are in that illusion that the Jagat is there, the universe is there, and it is real at any point of time, whatever we do, it's not possible to get liberation. So, Advaita Vedanta says is that if you are in the adhyasa, the millions of lives will go. Nothing will happen. Snake has no real existence. You are unnecessarily frightened about that projected snakes. Likewise, there is no world. Unnecessarily we either afraid or passionate. Either we are too much attached or too much not dispassionate, some hatred factor. Why? Considering that Jagat is real, the universal is real. So what is there? There is the superimposition between the real witness and the experiencer. There is ahankar. There is ahankar. activity of assembly or sanghat, we own up. We own up the activity of the assembly or sanghat. In that assembly of 24 tattvas, can you remember 24 tattvas? Many times we have discussed. And ego takes up the whole responsibility. When I hear, see, the job of hearing or listening is of the ears, Srotrendriya. But ahankar takes up it until I have heard. Who has written Atmabodha? Everyone will tell Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Yes. The Ahankara has written Atmabodha. Ahankara is listening to Atmabodha. Ahankara is the listener. Ego is the listener. Ego is the writer. What is the function of Atma? Atma is there to illumine the 24 tattva, pancha prana, pancha karmendriya, pancha jnanendriya, 15. Then mind, intellect, memory, and ego, 19. And pancha mahabhuta, 5 great elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. The 24 assemblies, 24 tattva. What is the activity of ahankara? It owns up. Always owns up the things. Ahankara is like projected snake. And Sakshi is the rope. But they are so much mutually superimposed that you can't separate them physically. That is why intellectual analysis is needed, vichara is needed. So the vicharak, the judge, analyzer is I am. So my intellect is thinking. This is the portion, The thing is, the separation, the intellectual separation is needed between real and unreal. I am in the class, means the assembly plus Atma. Ahankara or ego is the representative of your assembly of 24 tattva. But ego doesn't mean always wrong or kharab cheez nahi hai ahankar. All problems are there because of the superimposition arising from ignorance. In deep sleep, there is only ignorance. But in waking state and dream state, there is ignorance plus superimposition. And that's the cause of suffering. It's not possible to remove superimposition if we don't remove our ignorance. If we remove our ignorance, superimposition will automatically fall off. Everything is born out of ajnanam. The purpose of Vedanta is to remove ajnanam. I am infinite Brahman is the subject matter of Vedanta. So, mixing of Atma and Anatma is superimposition. Problem is where? Problem is when we mix up I, Karta, and the representative of I, real I and representative I. You know, in our mission, just whoever has come, that there is one building. So the front portion is of the, they were landlord. So now one doctor sits. And the back portion is ours. So just months ago, I had some respiratory problem and doctor is the specialist of chest medicine. So I took the appointment. I went there and first I am sent to a room. There one person was there, suited, booted nicely. He started measuring my BP and asking so many questions and suddenly gave me the conclusion, oh, for this reason you are having. I thought, over, because fees are higher. Then I thought that he was the doctor because he checked me up and everything else. And when, I told, okay, when I will come again, he told, no, 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 no. Dr. Saab is in the next room. I thought, oh. So, the problem was when I started thinking the representative as the real thing. Suppose sometimes we are restless, chanchal. My mind moves here and there, here and there, here and there. I think that I am running instead of thinking that my mind is running. If I know about myself, then all the problems will go off. Because the Sakshi or real I has no association with the mind. Because Sakshi is asanga, unattached, means no association. My mind is nothing but ahankara. But I know this ahankara as Sakshi. There are two birds in a tree and they look alike. One seated in the top floor and observing everything else. Another is eating the fruit. Some fruit is sweet. Some fruit is bitter. Some is sour. So two birds means one is Sakshi, another is Ahankara. Where they sit? They sit in the tree called this body, physical body. Sakshi is the illuminator, only watching, witnessing. And Ahankara is enjoying and suffering, enjoying sweetness, suffering from bitterness. So, this is the story of our whole life. Atma is absolutely eternal. But Ahankara is relatively eternal. So the thing is, Karana Sharira. If we discuss what we discussed, now when we are in deep sleep, what we say? Aham kimapi na janami sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate Tatmabodha. I don't know anything else, but I slept wonderfully. What a beautiful sleep, sound sleep. We don't say when we were in sleep, deep sleep. Because in deep sleep there is no one else, only ignorance. But whenever I get up, Ahankar wakes up, Ahankar starts taking the credit. What he says? I don't know, but Sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate. I slept now. So, this is the thing that superimposition starts in this way.